Still over 12 months ago, Luton sat above Nottingham Forest and outside of the Premier League's bottom three. The club that climbed from non-league to the top flight in 10 years is now fighting against back-to-back relegations. The fairy tale rise that culminated in the club's greatest day with a Championship playoff final victory on penalties at Wembley is now facing the opposite direction. Only Swindon, Wolves and Sunderland previously tumbled to League One immediately after being dumped out of the Premier League. Luton have suffered the same fate with that defeat at the Hawthorns on the final day. But what caused it? Luton still had a chance of staying in the Premier League on the final day of the last season, despite failing to win the last 15. They hadn't picked up 11 points over a 6-game run in January and February, which moved them out of the bottom three, yet 10 defeats and 13 confirmed their feat. Expectations, they were understandably high at the start of their season, with club's bank balance boosted by Premier League riches, as well as Rob Edwards signing a new contract. And yeah, they were aiming to make a quick return to the Premier League, and I think lots of people had hoped that as well. But a 4-1 defeat at home to Burnley on opening day was a shock, but the goalless draw at Portsmouth and defeats at Preston and QPR followed raised concerns. Then came heavy away losses at games like Plymouth, and yeah, Edwards was losing support. 5 defeats in 6 games resulted in Edwards' departure in January. And yeah, it just seems like the footballer gods were against us, is what he said. But as well as that, there's poor summer recruitment. Luton's new stadium is going to be bigger and better and bolder, so says their CEO. But, it looked like maybe their transfer business has kind of been hindered by that. Signing the likes of Tom Holmes from Reading, who's going straight back to the club, and Daki Hoyter from the Belgian side as well. Holmes is now on loan in Belgium, while the second signing is recovering from injury. The quality of the midfield duo, the likes of Barkley and Longonga, didn't really work out. Luton spent significant money on Mark McGuinness from Coventry, Simon Lewis, Walsh and Baptiste on loan from Brentford and Tom Cruise, but they haven't solved the problem. There's a feeling the squad's lost its connection with supporters, the likes of Tom Lockyer, Pelly, Ruddock, also not really involved at the moment. And yeah, that's kind of cost them. Luton were prepared to pay up to $7 million for League One top scorer Richard Kone in January to fix their attacking problems, but couldn't get the deal done. Carlton Norris scored 11 times in the Premier League and Adebayo netted 10, but both have struggled this year in the Championship. Luton are bottom of the goals for goals scored and underachieving their non-penalty expected goals, which has really, of course, hindered them. If you're not scoring goals, then you're not winning games, are you? Matt Bloomfield left Wycombe, where he's a legend, to take over at Luton, and yeah, at the start, it didn't really have an impact. It did pick up again, but I think in the end, they just left themselves with too much to do. Did get some great wins against Leeds, basically. Obviously won in the penultimate game of the season to really give themselves a chance. But, when it got to that West Brom game, one bad game, and yeah, just showed they had too much to do. And it's hugely frustrating for Luton because it looked like they were such a well-run, such a well-oiled club, living the fairy tale. But now it kind of seems to be heading the opposite direction. Poor recruitment, for me, is to blame. And as well as, just not getting a tune out of the players, struggling to recover from the Premier League season. I definitely didn't see us coming at the start of the season. Who knows? Can the club rebuild? It's too soon to say, but I think they still do have the right people up there, still those who are responsible for the fairy tale. So yeah, we'll have to see.
Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.